Hey guys, I'm Jordan and you're watching Fixbook. But 10 seconds before we get started, I made this video to help you, so please help me if it helps you. It only takes a second or two. It's a great help if you subscribe, like, and or leave a comment down below. That's it. Let's get started. So today I'm going to show you how to climb a mountain if you had to in your underpowered 4-cylinder. Basically, my wife and I, we just got back from the Smoky Mountains and we were driving through this terribly awful terrain and it was absolutely ridiculous. It felt like it was, if 100% was going straight up, it felt like we were going 90 degrees basically. So I'm sure it wasn't that much. I'm sure it was probably like 40 or 50%, but it just felt like it was absolutely ridiculous. So we got to one of these mountains, and I'll put up a picture here. It'll show you kind of what we were driving through. And basically I was going up, and in first I would get about halfway up and they would just stall out on me. So the underpowered 4-cylinder was unable to make it up the mountain. But what I discovered was, and I probably knew this if I searched my brain for the answer, I probably could have told myself this, but the reverse is a lower gear. And if you're looking at like gear ratios, I don't know what the gear ratios are. I haven't looked at the numbers on the Civic, but it would probably be something like 2.9 to 1 for first, and then probably something like 2 to 1 in second, and 1.5 to 1 in third, and 1 to 1 in fourth, and then 0.9 or 0.8 to 1 in fifth. So it'd be something like that. And then, so if you can imagine first being like 2.9 to 1, and then third or reverse would be something like probably like 3.5 to 1. So it's a higher number, which means it's a lower gear. So what I was doing there is I got about halfway up the hill and the car stalled out on me. So it's kind of scary too. I mean, you get up and you're on like this wet, muddy hill, and then your car just stalls out. It feels like you're just gonna fall back, but it's pretty intense. But what I did was I just kind of went back down, and there was a driveway, and I kind of backed into that driveway. And no, I'm sorry, I didn't back in the driveway. I went past the driveway, pulled into the driveway, and then I was gonna try and turn around and go back the other way to go back to the main road to try and get out of this crazy place. And what I realized was, I was like, hey, you know what's a good idea? I'm gonna try and back up this hill. So that's exactly what I did. I backed up, and it went up no problem because it had a lower gear. So if there was like a -1, that's what it would have been. It just had a much higher gear ratio. So I backed on up and then pulled into somebody else's driveway and turned it back around and started going forward again. So I'm going to show you me going up a hill in first and up a hill in reverse to kind of give you this idea, to kind of show you how it works here. And you'll see me going faster in reverse than if you're going in first. It's like the same thing if you're racing too. If you're to have a really high gear ratio, like in, for example, this is a Honda Civic and a Honda Prelude. I actually do remember looking up the gear ratios for that, and it was like 3 point something to 1, which is a really high gear ratio, because normally it's like 2 point something. So the lower you go, the faster it's going to go. So this car, actually, it's funny, it goes faster in reverse than it would in first. But then you don't have reverse too, so you couldn't win any races in reverse. So with that said, we'll go ahead and take a look at me going up and down the hill and reverse and forward. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like when I go up the hill in the forward motion. Alright guys, and this is what it looks like when I go up the hill in reverse. So after watching the two different clips of me going up the hill in first and in reverse, you may or may not have noticed the difference in power between the two gears. But the important thing to take away from today's video is that if you're in dire need or in an emergency situation and you need to go up a steep, muddy hill in your underpowered 4-cylinder vehicle, you may be able to make it up the hill in reverse, whereas you wouldn't have been able to make it in first. So give it a try if you're in that dire situation, but remember, don't fall off the mountain because then you won't be able to tell us how it worked. Okay, well, thanks guys for watching today. That concludes today's video, and as always, I'll see you again next time. Well guys, unfortunately that's all the time I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video just as much as I did making it.
And fortunately, you can catch me again right here on Fixbook tomorrow on my next video. Just don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave lots of comments down below. Well, thanks again, guys, for watching, and see you tomorrow right here on Fixbook.